Hey everybody, this is Rydo, and we are back to Broken Sword 5. Let's continue. So let's pick this
Nico,
up.
What? Is this what I think it
Is this the Tablet of Veritas?
So Genan did find it.
It's so small, so innocent looking. Why would Simeon call it evil? Why so many deaths for this?
And why go to such lengths to keep it hidden?
Unless it is as genuinely dangerous as Simeon claimed.
The question now is, what do we do with it?
Good question. I have no idea what to do with it. Or if that is even the Tablet of Veritas. To me it looks more like a key.
The long dead remains of a person slumped over the table with a bullet hole in his skull.
Where's all the blood?
It was a fedora, just like the one in Ganon's trunk back at the Castel. The years hadn't been kind to it. Ex luce veritas. Out of light, truth. I'd seen the same words on the fresco at Castel des Sons.
So we have different frames.
The circle of iron was set into an ornate frame that covered the oil lamp. It was an old water canteen. The contents had long since been drunk. It was an old flashlight. It looked like it died around the same time as Ganon.
So it feels like I need two other medallions.
The medallion fitted snugly into the socket. Whoa. Would you take a look at that?
Oops.
The light from the medallion is illuminating these red figures.
This could be our ticket out of here.
If you're right, that explains why Genan never got out of here. He didn't have the medallion.
If we look at the door over here, it's got the Ouroboros on it. We need to look at things before we just accidentally finish the game.
The stone door had sealed us in.
This concept is
The
so
carved figure had
much a
been
puzzle.
moved. I wondered if it was a representation of Jehovah.
Like,
Blue paint was peeling from the
It's
carved figure.
unrealistic.
I wondered if it was an image of Lucifer.
That the Gnostics would have several different secret contraptions that worked by matching colors.
A large carving of the Tabula Veritatis symbol. All the other figures in the scene seemed to be supplicating themselves to it.
And see, that's the problem, is we still don't know at all what is going on or how they think they're going to raise Lucifer or where Lucifer is now. And none of that makes any sense.
Looked up towards the tabula. They were all colored red. I'd seen something like it before.
Yeah, in the La Malediction. Well, no, not the La Malediction. In the papers here.
So the statues on the fireplace mirrored the ritual. Only a true Gnostic would know that. Or someone who had it explained in an old Vatican manuscript taken from a dead priest.
So that's helpful. Let's go look at this statue.
There were ancient scratches on the plinth, as if someone had moved the statue. I'm sure that this is Mary Magdalene.
And see if...
The red robes. It all makes sense. The Madonna would be wearing blue. So, who's the child?
Well, according to the Gnostic Gospels, when Mary kissed the lips of Jesus, she...
Oh, I see.
This is way too late into the
So the
game.
Gnostics think that the suckling child is...
I guess so.
Way, way too late in the game. Did she just cross herself? Like, I don't think so. I think she just scratched her head. Way, way too late in the game to imply that the real mystery here is that Mary Magdalene had Jesus' child.
The pillar had been carved into the shape of a tree and painted green. I knew it represented the tree of life.
See, a better writer would have, several hours ago, we're probably over 10 hours of gameplay at this point, if not a lot more than 10 hours. At the very beginning, they should have said, the Gnostics believed in many great, crazy things. There's even tale of Mary Magdalene giving birth to Jesus' child. At least hinted a little bit. And then, I would say, consistently talk about Mary Magdalene being one of the Gnostic saints. So it stayed as something that was important to the story throughout the entire game. We are far, far too late at the... towards the end of the game for this to be the first time it's really made important. Like, why not have a statue of Doubting Thomas there?
And it turned anti-clockwise.
I want to look at the statue, actually.
Red-robed and bare-chested, the statue was nothing if not striking. The figure was facing the blue tree.
The blue tree? It should be facing
I gave the statue
behind.
Red-robed and bare-chested, the statue was nothing if not striking.
And see, it's not even zooming in.
Back to me.
Well, we'll just keep rotating.
Red-robed and bare-chested, the statue was nothing if not striking. The figure was facing the green pillar.
Green pillar. And again, this must be one of these cases where there's something else to do than just turn the statue. Because I've gone full circle.
Another shot. Red-robed and bare-chested, the statue was nothing if not striking. The figure had its back to me.
And let's go to the lamp and see if maybe I can adjust things.
The ornate lamp warranted a closer look.
And let's see, if I put this here, let's see what happens now.
I wondered if it was an image of Lucifer.
So I am missing 2 medallions, aren't I? So, unless this yarn works here,
That wouldn't work.
I need something blue.
That wouldn't make any sense.
Let's see, I need something green, I need something blue. I don't think I've had anything like that.
Pistol. That would be pointless. That was almost a great idea. Almost. This seems odd. Let's see. Well, we haven't done anything with Ganon's map or the photograph yet. So, let's look at the map again. We have B, A, B, and then D. And then let's look at this. According to the translation, some guy called the Sun King once had the Tabula Veritatis in his possession. The symbol on the tablets looked similar to the ones etched into the face of the Tabula Veritatis.
Let's see. So A, B, and then E.
If Ganon's translation is correct, the symbol La-Ha-Shi represents the Sun City region. Ganon had marked this symbol in red with the letter A.
And is this the next one?
Shi translates as Mountain Kingdom. Ganon had marked this symbol with the letter B. The symbol Zhu-Ha was translated as the Young Cities. Ganon had marked this symbol with the letter E.
But none of that seems to even interact.
The long dead remains of a person. Ex luce veritas. Out of light, truth.
It's very unbelievable that I made it this far.
Personal to Ganon's leathery corpse wasn't pleasant, but we had to figure out how to get out of there.
And that just brings me back to this. Let's see.
A large carving of the Tabula Veritatis symbol. I guessed that finding the tabula was the easy part. Figuring out its purpose was a different proposition.
And it doesn't seem like you can...
A row of symbols were etched onto the top bar of the tabula. These symbols looked just like the ones on the photograph of the clay tablet.
Well, that's not helpful right now. Let's talk to Nico. I'm gonna have to get a hint because
Hey.
I can't find a blue or a green anywhere.
What are you looking for?
And that's what it looks like.
I'm not sure yet, but there has to be some way of opening the door.
Laughing boy over there may beg to differ.
But George, he didn't have a woman's eye for detail.
Let's just look all around here. And... pillar.
I knew it represented the tree of life. The pillar had been sculpted into a tree and then painted blue. I knew it was supposed to be the tree of knowledge.
And so you would think there would be a click or something. But there's no click. There's nothing. Hint time. Back to the hints. I got the tabula, now what? Pick up the map beneath Ganon's arm and the words in light of day. These words will fade. Perhaps that's a clue. Oh, I hadn't thought of that. Okay, fine. Ganon's map with the lamp.
When I held the map up to the flame, something started to change. The writing on the map started to react to the heat. Well, I'll be darned.
What is it?
At a guess, the locations on the map might match up with the ones he's marked on this photograph.
So we have...
If this letter matched the one on Ganon's translation, this must be the location of the Sun City.
So I
If the
missed
letters
that
match
part.
The ones on Ganon's translation, this must be the Mountain Kingdom. If this letter is the same location as the one marked D on Ganon's translation, this must be Sunset Mountain.
We're not going to all these places. I know we aren't. There's no way there's 5 more locations in this game.
If the letter E matches the one on Ganon's translation, this must be the location of the young cities. If this letter matched the one on Ganon's translation, this must be the location of the Three Rivers region.
See those 3 rivers? So that's helpful? How? Like, what does this really tell me? Nothing. So I'm immediately back to a hint because I don't know what the goal is. And the fact that I missed that part only really implies I missed it because I didn't need to know it right now. I know the letters were hidden on the map, but how does that help me? Exact question. So let's take a moment to realize they knew in creating this game that people were going to have trouble in these parts. And instead of having it as part of the game make sense, they just wrote hints. So they didn't fix any of their problems, they just gave you the solution to all the problems they made in their bad storytelling and bad game design. Pick up the photograph of the tablet. Do you think the symbols look similar to those on the tablet? Yes. So what? Combine the photograph and the tablet. Alright, fine. I wouldn't have really thought of that.
I wondered if Ganon's notes on the photograph might help me decode the tabula.
So that's what we're doing. The glyphs on the tabula veritas are displayed across the top screen. Select the glyph and choose what you believe to be the correct translation from the words on the right hand side. There are 36 words to choose from in 3 sets of 12. A button allows you to cycle between each set. Ganon managed to translate the glyphs on the clay tablet, which are the same language as the tabula veritas, and the translations are shown at the bottom of the screen. You have all you need to translate the glyphs carved into the tabula. So even right now they're telling you, even if you're having trouble here, too bad, we've given you everything we're going to give you. Alright, so let's start with...
If Ganon's translation is correct, the symbol La-Ha-Shi represents the Sun City region. Ganon had marked this symbol in red with the letter A.
So, Sun City region. And I imagine the XE, this she, means region or kingdom. So, this should be Sun and City? City is not even an option. Good. Alright, next. Some of these, since these are simplified versions of it, it shouldn't be as difficult. I'm thinking law might have something to do with having a V on it. V shape, because this has la-ha. But then that doesn't make any sense either. How about this? If we assume that this is ah for blood or river, I bet it's blood. So do we have something that's blood? We may not, so that means this would be river. And sun, moon, goat, sun city, young city, lake, source, river. Okay. Let's say this is do-oo. 4 victories. Let's say that this is 4. And what would this be then? If it's a combination of 2 other things. And see, the problem here is we're going to start running out of time. This is 4 plus something else. See, this looks somewhat like this, but such an incredible combination. Let's see. La.
The symbol La on I meant the Sun King looked.
So maybe this means sun. And maybe this means Sun City. Do I think any of these are right? I don't know. This little cross. It's either young, it's gotta be young. So let's see. Young or young city. Young city, or just the word young. And I don't even see a young as an option. I don't even know what weighty means. Let's try this. What do I think this is? Is it young? And then is circle mean sun? So I'm gonna just assume this is 5. And this is young city region. Like, what could that even mean? The 2 river region? Again, we're running out of time here, and I've got just way too much. Burning enemy cities. So maybe volcano? Or maybe we can find burning. Like, I kind of am just making this all up as I go. Is there something? Is this like 2 river region? Let's see. Sunset? Young sunset? Is that something like sun up? Sun City. Like, I seriously doubt goat is gonna be one of these. Source. Like, some of these can't possibly be what they seem. It feels like this is a three-way translation, and the three-way translation problem of this is coming to this. It's like young son, and then king. Young son, king. Yeah, I have no clue. I have no clue at all. If this is source, then maybe this is end. And let's try this one now. None of this is right. None of this is right at all. Let's see. One city. Mountain, kingdom, sunset, mountain.
That wasn't right.
Yeah, that certainly is true. Alright, so we have something very simple here. A cross sideways going through things. And that could be Jip Ipku. It could be La G Shu. So we're thinking the G is the part, J-I. Ju, J-U, one here, J-U, one here. So it's a J sound. But J-U. So young, and then I assume this other part is the city part. So this should be young. But then there is no young as far as I can tell. Weighty. I don't know what weighty is. It feels like that word's not translated right. So begin. And then maybe there's a north, a southeast. I don't even know. And frankly, this isn't a puzzle worth doing. Begin at the volcano or someplace. The source is begin at the source of the river, Sun City, Sun End, Young City source. Like, so much of this is wrong. Or begin Sun City volcano, Sun Source End River, volcano, young city, source, volcano. Like, no. None of this is right. There's a king. I guess we might take circles to mean kings. So, king when he has a crown on it, but maybe a friend or person. Let's say that that means friend. Is there even an enemy as an option? No. So, I think maybe the problem here is La Ha Z. La may not actually mean sun, Ha may not actually mean city, and Z might not actually mean region. It might be a less than 1-to-1 translation. Let's see, how far have we gotten here? We were at 79% before. I'm gonna go and keep just 26% since we're doing, just in case I need it. And let's see how we are now. We're at 81%. And next recording, I'm just gonna immediately cheat. Back to the hints. This puzzle makes no sense. It's like many of the other puzzles that have been similar to this, where it's 99% just being stubborn and trying every single combination. And frankly, this game has not kept my interest at all. So I have no interest in trying that. Anyways, that's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good